Should have dumped all my merit points. Not that I'm likely to cat. Ah. Azure? Oh. You really killed it with Dia? What? If I killed it, how the heck did it die to Azure? That was weird. I don't want to get too much amber. So curious how I got that azure light. Not getting any gold boxes considering I have mostly amber. Weird. think I'm gonna leave it at that. Just keep getting more pearl. Hey, gold chest. Anything new been added lately? I mean, what's considered as of lately? 'Cause that's kind of relative. I mean, the newest content that they really added was the new Dynamuses. Other than that, I mean, just little things here and there. And then obviously the campaigns are constantly changing. I'm gonna be interested to see what they're gonna do, because I'm sure they're gonna follow the trend and make Empyrean armor like +2 and +3 at some point. It'll be interesting to see what content you need to do for that. Considering it originated in Abyssea and then use Magian Trials to upgrade it. We use that actually Magian Trials to upgrade Relic also. I don't think you use Magian Trials at all for Artifact. That's right, because you did Artifact upgrades through Olympus. Good old radar. Parry skill ups. Come on, guys, give me more of that pearl. There we go. Gold chest. Ugh. Give me all the temp items. Well, I can't really complain. That's only, what, the second gold chest I've gotten. Trying to remember, what is Pearl Cap at? 215? 220? 220, I think. Now that I'm thinking about it. Hey, there's a gold chest. What did Jokum do to piss you off? Didn't see him do any AoEs. Oh, come on, guys. All respawning on top of me. More temp items. Hey, well there's a start. Red mage feet. Not what I wanted, but okay, so it's below the flan meat. Red mage and black mage back to back. I think, what is it? This zone only drops the start. Like, they didn't balance it exactly. I think this zone just drops the initial starting 6 jobs. Which then leaves, for, was it the current time? Well, I'm doing a 14 for the other 2 zones. I guess that's not too skewed. But I don't think it's 7 and 7. Or maybe it is. At least we know we're in the right light range. It's now a matter of just happen to get the luck of the draw and it drops. New thief gear, huh? Yes. Missing 75 cap, I mean, there was charm to to 75. I mean, the biggest thing that I liked about Final Fantasy 11 is that it was always horizontal progression, and that was one of the best things with the cap staying at 75. So whenever they released new content, it didn't completely make old content irrelevant or old gear irrelevant. Like there was times where some things got completely outclassed, but that was rare. Typically it was, you know, just new stuff that came alongside and either worked in tandem or maybe it was just slightly better but harder to obtain. And it's not like 14 where you're constantly going to a new zone and now it's all new gear and all your old gear is irrelevant and there's not even point in holding on to your old gear. So as soon as they raised the level cap, that kind of changed that whole spiel. It's kind of back to that now with like the 119 stuff. But, like I said, I do miss the 75 days, but the thing is, it just took so long to do everything. How they've updated 11 now, it's actually somewhat of a breath of fresh air, but I mean, I do definitely miss the 75 stuff. Well, that's kind of why I stopped playing 14, was just the fact it's like, you're literally chasing the proverbial carrot on a stick. And it's just, you just keep getting dragged along, and dragged along, and dragged along, and yeah, you're doing like new stuff when new expansions are released, and new content. Oh, I missed that gold box. But, and it's fun doing new stuff, but it's pretty much the same old thing. You're just doing the same, literally dance for the mobs. They literally have it, you know, the fights are almost like a dance, a choreographed dance, where you have to run this way to dodge, and then run this way to dodge, and then run in, and then do a bunch of damage. That's my quick synopsis on 14. Well, I mean, and that's kind of why I, like, when Abyssea was released, and then the level cap was raised, I still played, and I actually enjoyed Abyssea, because while it did make old gear irrelevant, it kind of took a while to do it. It wasn't like, again, in 14, where new expansion drops, and you can pretty much have your old gear, all your old gear relevant within like an hour or two. Whereas, I mean, it was months after even like the third Abyssea expansion was out and level cap had been raised. And I'm still was using some 75, or gear that I was using at 75, and it was still really good. You'd obviously, it could have eventually replaced all your gear. But then once they finally got to Adeline and everything was item level, that's why I quit, because I'm like, you're making everything item level, which is basically, you know, I believe 14 was out at that point. I don't think I was playing it, because I know I didn't play 14 for a while until it was already out, but it was like, if you're literally adding item level to the gear, I'm like, that is making all the old gear irrelevant, and I didn't want to essentially start over. And the funny thing is, for a while, they definitely were making it so you would actually have to chase your gear. Because at first, when it was released, I mean, I don't know what it was originally, but I know there's like 106 gear, and then there's 109 gear. So, there was definitely progressions, and since they've like now capped it at 119 and saying they're not going to take it above that, it's kind of back to how it was at 75 days, where it's kind of, you know, horizontal progression. But that's my thoughts. Like, I mean, the game needed to change, although I think they could have I know some people were saying like, oh, you had to increase the level cap. I don't think they really did. They needed to change some stuff and kind of update the game. Like, one thing they should have done sooner was making it easier to teleport around. And I know they were doing that somewhat. You always had like outpost warps, but those weren't always easy to get. Plus, depending on which nation you were at, you sometimes couldn't get certain warps. So like all the book warping and home point crystals is definitely a welcome change. Makes it easy to get to BCNMs and stuff. It doesn't take 20 years just setting up to go do one fight. Waiting for everyone to gather. I know I got some Azure, but I'm getting just a boatload of blue chests. What am I at? See, that's still at 1648 and 135. I mean, my favorite times? I mean, that's hard to say. I mean, I really enjoyed doing COP missions. I thought the story for COP was awesome. Just, it took so much time, energy, and effort to just get C access. And then it was so just rewarding getting C access. Like, so few people had it back in the day. So it was such a challenge to get. And then just getting to C, and then just how cool it was. You're essentially like walking on water. There's aggro from now above and below, which was a whole new thing. The mobs were weird. You had like the goldfish enemies that aggro, but they don't attack you unless you do damage to them. There's just a lot of cool mechanics that they just added, and it was just a really just cool looking area to look at, and it was just very visually pleasing. So I feel like COP was my favorite time. I mean, going to the past was definitely cool, but I feel like they just dropped the ball with Wings of the Goddess. I feel they could have done so much more than they did. Plus, they seem to take forever to release, like, to continue the story and progress with it. Yes! Haha, both in one box! Sweet. So now I guess I need to go do, what's it called? How is it? Bastion, or... That's awesome. Both in one box. Oh, you little... Well, I don't care about lights anymore, so... Sorry, you aggro to JAs, I think it's at nighttime. Come on. You son of a bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and put up sneak to hurry up before the chest disappears. Well, I have more than a minute, so it shouldn't be a problem. I'm not risking it. Both pieces with a chicken bone. Not sure how I would feel if I found a chest with 2 nice armor pieces in it and some chicken bones. And mangled cockskin. That's lovely too. Alright. Yeah, it did take a while. There were missions that took a long time, and I know. I remember joining a party. I think we spent 3 hours, and that was after farming the items that you would use on the bosses to make it easier, where they like don't attack, but like kind of just run around the whole arena. Where did I go? Back to the conflux. But well, now I'm on the outside. That's gonna be where the mist is. Once it's down. But yeah, promies were fun. Because it was just like an adventure going in. Plus you couldn't like sneak in and viz. Everything was like true sight, true sound. You definitely needed to stick with your party, or you were likely going to die. There it is. So we'll go to double zeros. I don't even remember how many points of this stuff you gotta farm. Oh, perfect timing. I don't remember which way they come from. Northwest. They didn't even tell me. I need to update my thief macros. Interesting that the enemies are all like spread out. They're not coming in clusters. Oh, here they come. What? Yay, so how many points did I get? Should have gotten a fair amount. Blue would have been hard. I remember there was a buddy of my Linkshell who his main job was blue and leveled that first. And it was definitely a struggle for him. I think it's 5,000 points. Wait, no, it's 300? Okay. Well, I think it was so much more. Alright. Well, I might as well burn the crewer. The headpieces. And so the hands and body, I know, come from the heroes areas. So actually trying to remember. Let me look up. Okay. Looks like war's in Altepa. Alright, so just like that, got war, legs, head, and feet. Sweetness. How am I doing on space? Not great. Something else I could do, because I think this is going to go much faster than I was originally anticipating. I can farm the seals. But that's not going to be particularly easy solo, considering I don't have Black Mage. Maybe I'll do just a little bit and then do the rest later. Probably try and get a friend to help just for proccing. So let me store this armor just for space. Come back after sorting my inventory. Oh, do I already have it? Small case. Actually, I'll hold on to that for now, since that's the big thing that I really wanted to try and upgrade for the treasure hunter. running over here. Not doing the spambuscade. I didn't notice I got a 4-leaf bud. Alright, so let's jump to Altepa and see if I can pick up the remaining pieces easy enough. Where am I going? Let's just go to port. Trying to think how long it took me. I got White Mage was my first job, which my thought process was, and it's kind of true. I typically like playing mage jobs first when I'm playing an RPG. I feel it technically takes more skill, but if played well, gives you more versatility, and in some ways, again, if it's played well, can make things easier. If you're not playing well, it can actually make things significantly harder. But also, just like White Mage, you're kind of more standing back. It allows you to kind of see more what's going on with the battle, which helps you just get a broader concept of the game, and how mechanically it works and that kind of stuff. So that's why I typically like to play mages first. So I leveled up White Mage first, and considering you need it parties to level up, White Mage is extremely easy to get parties for, because having healers is always in demand. So it wasn't hard, but I want to say when I was going gung-ho at it, it probably took me 5 months. And again, that's what I'm saying, when I'm going gung-ho at it. Because there's definitely times where I'm doing, you know, trying to do missions and do other things and leveled sub-jobs and stuff. Because I didn't just obviously rush to get 75 without, like, leveling Black Mage for sub-jobs and getting scrolls and farming and stuff. But I mean, when I was going, yeah, probably hardcore at it, it probably still took 4 to 5 months. And that's, like I said, on one of the easiest party jobs back in, you know, party days. It definitely took a while to level an 11 back in the day. Now you can do it in a day. Take a brand new job from level 1 brand new character and get it to 99 in a day if you know what to do and you're willing to grind at it. Items. Yep, and oh, my crewer. Oh, yeah. I guess I need to go do some Void Watch. What am I looking at in terms of stones? Pass it? Must have. 84 void stones, and that's not even that many. Interesting. So I'll hold off on that for now. So is it this guy? Exchange notes. Yeah, for items. We'll grab the war ones anyway since we're here, but I need to farm some crewer. Yeah, Paladin has come a long way. I remember being in parties out in the jungle where, you know, between pulls you see the Paladin synthing like orange juice just so they had some kind of form of refresh, pre-refresh days, just to keep themselves going. They didn't bother resting, let me just synth some juice. Which is actually a decent idea. Constantly getting MP back then. I traded the wrong one. Yes, I did. Alright, so that went faster than I was thinking. What time is it? It's still a little early. I'm not gonna go too late, but so let me take a look at some seals real quick. I know I could get some seals from I know you get them from Records of Eminence. You don't get many, but you get some for just getting like the job to 99. Try and help you out. This is not what I wanted. Something I could do. Let's go farm a Rani pop. Because Epona's Ring is really nice. And I would actually like one. So I had to kill her once to yeah, to be able to basically finish Abyssea, but so what am I doing? I'm trying to proc. I don't want to be Sam sub. I need to be Ninja. I need to sit down and update like lots of macros. Yeah, Paladin's always been a beast once it's gotten to endgame. It can definitely be a chore getting it to endgame. But yeah, once you're in endgame and in good gear, like good Paladin can just keep hate and take like little to no damage. So we're going back to Altepa. I'm gonna go do Rani. And then I think, what is it? I would need to wait till 22 to pop it if I want to do blunt. Actually, did I turn in any more stones? I think I'm capped. I guess I did. I'm trying to remember what all I need. I think you need to what? Farm a bomb arm. And farm the dolls and pop both of those NMs and get a TH drop, which you then use those two things to spawn an Iron Giant, which that you need to proc for one of the KIs, and I think the Chariot's the other one for Rani. I think I'm remembering that correctly. It's like they wouldn't let you Paladin? That seems like a weird shell. Cause I know the endgame shell that I ended up in, like, you need to have at least one job that was like a general support job that would be like helpful, like White Mage, Bard, you know, you have some other ones, but and they didn't mind if you had DD jobs and stuff. They actually liked that, but essentially they wanted everyone to be able to play support and kind of essentially play all the roles, and they would try and rotate, and you could pick like a main job that you wanted to lot gear on, so you could gear up that said job. And they'd of course try and get you on the jobs you wanted to play, but they still wanted people to be able to fill in roles. Oh, we need healers. Okay, you get healers. Okay, we need nukers. You know, you had your set people for that. I'll go with the RRVV, even though that can actually be... Now, let's go with this. I can always switch for Rani. I don't want to destroy things too much when I need to proc. It just seems weird though, you know, Linkshell basically not wanting people to play the job they want to play. Where the heck are all the sand sweepers? Nin Dark Knight tanking was fun, although I didn't do it much. I mostly just, if I was tanking, would just Nin War. I didn't really do Dark Knight that much. I didn't actually even really see the point of Dark Knight all that much, just because of like all the spells and stuff. But I always just felt it was easier to hold hate on War, personally. I know it was useful for stun, depending on what you're fighting. If you needed to throw stuns out, that was the big thing for it. But I did love to ninja tank. Ninja was like my favorite job to play. That or Thief, because I'd often play Thief like Ninja, because it would just sub Nin and would just evade tank stuff, and then you're getting Treasure Hunter out of it. Man, I feel like someone had to come through and clean out all the sand sweepers. Must be farming. Likely, if someone's out here farming a lot, they're probably farming iron plates. Yeah, but that's... I mean, I can understand that, but at the same time, that seems like an extremely selfish reason. And that's not a good thing for a leader to do in anything. A leader shouldn't be like, well, I want to do this, so I'm gonna not let anyone else do it. That's a really bad way to lead something. Nice. I mean, I guess, because we didn't have a lot of immunity gear, but I mean, you had Voke, and as long as you were hitting his, I mean, oftentimes if you really needed hate to stick, that's typically what we would bring Thieves for. Trick Attack takes care of all that, or, I mean, it didn't even need to be Thief. We had Dark Knight and Sam subbing Thief. I have 2 tanks and Sada. Yeah, I mean, that is true. There were a lot of people that were very self-centered. Heck, remember Linkshell's completely breaking over Fafnir. Over, what is it? Yeah, Dragon's Airy drama. God, the amount of drama you'd read on forums back in the day for just... for, King, yeah, for King H&Ms, or Land Kings, or whatever they called them. Okay, so I think I need the arm now from the bomb. Well, to be fair, going back to the leadership thing, I think because most people playing this game at the time would have been somewhere in the ages of like 10 to probably 30, but even then going above 25 at the time, current endgame, that would have probably been considered old. I'm sure there was exceptions, because heck, and I know our Linkshell, there was actually a grandma who played, and she was actually really cool. So yeah, when you're having young people and they're trying to lead groups, especially in a video game, they're not focused on what's good leadership, they more just care about themselves. If you have time and like want to play like an MMO plus enjoying like, you know, the classic stuff of 11, because a lot of old content's been revamped for endgame, plus there's new endgame. I think it's worth picking up, but I mean, again, it's something that you need to have time for. It's nowhere near as time consuming as it was back in the day. However, it's still time consuming. If you can't put in, I'd say, like at least 5 hours a week, it's probably not worth picking up. But if you enjoyed it back in the day, I think it's worth a visit now. There was definitely times, you know, since it's progressed to 75 days to where it's at now, where I would have said it's probably not good to come back. But now I'd say is a good time to come back. Right now, I'm TPing in the what is it? The Ares piece. The Solavias, or whatever that's called. Nice, there's the drop. Oh, hi there, Chariot. Because that triple attack on them, you just can't beat that. 4% triple attack, that's... You can't do anything. There's, like... most of the Adeline endgame content, you need at least a party member, or you need at least a party size of 3 to even enter. Although, like, Delve, you need 3 people to enter, and Delve is definitely soloable. Like, you can get 3 people to enter, and then 2 people could just leave immediately, and then you could just do it with trusts and solo it easy enough. What's it called? Alright, it's got some hand seals. Can't I think of what it's called? But like the new Dynamis, you need 3 people. Vagari, you need at least 3 people to enter. And while I've seen videos and stuff of people soloing the bosses, those are like, you know, top end people. I haven't spent enough time in there to try and develop a strategy, but I know, like, doing that solo's extremely difficult to do. It's kind of like the equivalent of, like, soloing, like, some of the Sky Gods back in the day. Like, either, like Siriu, like, soloing that back in the day. Like, Red Mages could do it, but it's freaking difficult. But I mean, there's nothing you can't do in this game with a party of 6. I'll put it that way. If you have 6 player characters, you can do anything in the game. As long as you guys are decently geared and working well together. Well, if you stop that early, yeah, that would be a ton of content to go through. But it's not terribly hard or time-consuming. Like, hold on. I'll make sure I go through procs. I'm like blanking which weapon skills I need to do. But the thing is, it's not hard to typically go through the content now. Like, this character was a mule that I had, but had not really done any actual content in the game. And she's I've been playing her for probably about 3 months now, and that's with also playing my main. And just doing other things, and I've made a ton of progress with her. And that's all been pretty much either live streamed or I've videoed it along the way. At this point, I'm already well over TP and still have not gotten the message. Okay, light. I did. I'm trying to remember now what's the light ones. Koki's one, which I don't have. Oh. Did I do this? I did sunburst. That was definitely dirty. Okay, got the message, so it's not that. So, I believe staff was clean. That looked clean. I got the message, so that's not it. We'll try staff again. I think it's Koki. Which then that begs the question, should I kill this and wait for the respawn? Or probably shouldn't. Yeah, I think it's Koki. So... I need to clean out my inventory. Okay, I guess. The heck? Someone else had to grab and kill the chariot. Yeah, because I got ruby light for it. Interesting. Alright, so let's go pop the Iron Giant. Here I was gonna go reset the NM and try and proc it again, but someone killed it for me before I could reset hate, and yeah. I wasn't paying attention to that. Yeah, I don't know why they haven't gotten rid of POL. I mean, heck, I think POL was essentially supposed to be Steam, pre-Steam for Square Enix, but that clearly didn't happen. But, I know, was it for the private servers, they don't use, like, play online anyway. They make you just connect directly to the server. So, I know it can be done. I don't know why they haven't bothered doing it. Wouldn't be that hard to create an interface where you just input your, information, and then, bam, it logs you in. I should probably dismiss Shan for this. Honestly, I went into this when I was talking before. The private servers, pretty much all of them are crap. The only one that I honestly really enjoyed was one that tried actually creating all new content, which was pretty cool to see. Like they tried making their own type of endgame and stuff. But like everything with the private servers, it's annoying. It makes you just want to play like real 11. Instead of just playing crappy, watered-down version of it, which is essentially what the free servers are. They just have so many problems. I want to say it was at one of my last streams I was talking about that. Heck, just the fact that I think this is probably in my head right now. There's on private servers, there's no aggro list. If you aggro a mob, you're in the hate queue, which means if you aggro something, you can't, like, if someone cures you, they're gonna immediately, it's dirty. I didn't get, I thought I got rid of you. Fire. Sweet. You know what that is then. I mean, there's just so many things. Probably, actually, one of the biggest things, I don't think I talked about in my previous streams, is at least with the one private server that everyone's like, oh, it's 75 classic. The economy is so beyond broken, it's not even funny. It's like next to impossible to make money as a new player because everything's like literally scaled against you. Which is funny, like high-end gear and stuff is honestly relatively cheap in the grand scheme of things, but like just crappy defense gear with no stats on it, it's like 5k, and it's like you're like, oh well, 5k, that's not that big of a deal. As a new player, when quests give you 200 gil and that's a really good quest, it's like, no, that's not actually good at all. And the thing is so many people, like high-end players, have money. They don't care, oh, if I'm going to level this new job, I'll throw 5k for whatever gear. It doesn't matter. Also, it sounds like a great idea and it sounds awesome. You can put as many things on the auction house as you want. Somehow broken, it'll only list the first 7 things you list. And if you pull up the sales list to see it, you can then no longer put anything up on the auction house unless you zone. But as soon as you zone, you can, again, just keep throwing stuff up on the auction house. Alright, okay, it is nighttime. Well, it's almost nighttime. I feel like I need to go change my Atmos. But, yeah, it's just ridiculous. And I can't remember I was talking to someone about it, and this was back when was like still kind of playing it, and they were trying to argue in favor of it, and I was like, actually I think I was arguing with someone on YouTube on the comment section, and I was like, it was like, it's extremely hard to make money as a new character, and then he turns around and it's like, it's not hard to make money, and it's like, yeah, if your character is 50 plus, it's not hard to make money because then you can easily kill shit and it's not hard to do it. So it's like if you're talking to someone who has a level 75, yeah, it's not hard to make money. But you're talking to a brand new player who's not even level 20, it's extremely hard to make money. Actually, how I made money when I played it was literally because, again, you can put things up on the auction house, as many as you want. So people literally just throw everything on the auction house, so some things end up like dirt cheap. So I would literally spend probably an hour buying crap off the auction house and turning around and NPCing it because I would actually make money. And it was extremely easy to do. It was just time-consuming, tedious, and annoying. But you made money, and it took little effort. And it's like, that's the way I'm making money? And it's like, that's, yeah, it was just stupid. Not to mention, the other stupid thing about, what was it, the 75 server where they try and be like, oh, we're so awesome, and we like it old school and everything. Pretty much everyone levels to 75 either in Dunes or Quiffum Island. Like, and I'm not kidding. Like, 80% of probably people's leveling to 75 is level syncing to someone in either Dunes or Quiffum Island. And yet they want to be like, oh, we're so awesome and hardcore and everything. It's like, no, you're not. Do you even know how to play the game? And also, everyone doesn't even know how to play because, again, it's free accounts. So it doesn't cost anything. So everyone and their mother has a somewhat high-level mage that's PLing people. So people go in and, like, sometimes you won't even get party invites unless you have a PL. Because, you know, if you didn't have a PL, then you're not playing 11 correctly, apparently. So let's see, what do I want? We'll go full out DD for this, because if and once I proc, I'm gonna want to just blow it up without really dealing with it. Especially because I know it can do something that can just wipe you. I don't remember what its move is, but there's something that can just do ridiculous damage and trash you. Or maybe it's like status effects where it's a stun and then she just trashes you. I can't remember. It's been so long since I took this fight seriously, but it should be easy. That's the other thing, you know, it's not retro. There's so many other things that they try and be like, and they try and say that are retro in the game that really aren't, that weren't stuff later, because the private servers, especially like the one that they're trying to say is retro, isn't really retro. All the private servers actually use the current version of 11. Whenever like the real game of 11 updates, you have to update on the private servers also, because they keep the code at the same relevant thing. They'll just like restrict stuff and everything. So you'll be walking around and you'll see, so like you're on this level 75 only server, yet you're seeing these like the swirling white thing, and you're like, what is this? And it's used for like Unity NMs, which isn't even content in your game, but yet you still have this thing there. Did I think I missed the question? Yeah, there it is. Alright, let's start with staff. Let's get another healer out here. It depends. I would, if nothing else, check it out. If it was exactly like 75 back in the day, and I at least wasn't able to be like, if they opened a level 75 thing, and if you're able to somehow, like, they were able to look and be like, okay, you did play back in 75 days from our records, and you had jobs, like, leveled, so I wouldn't have to go through that grind to 75 and literally take, like, 6 months to a year. And I'm not saying I need gear, just have the levels done. I would probably be willing to play on it. if I had to start a brand new character from scratch, and it was just like it was back in the old days with how long it took to get parties and how long it took to get XP and do all that, probably not. Not that I wouldn't want to, I just probably wouldn't do it because I don't have the time. It's just way too much of a sink to make progress in terms of time to try and do that. Alright, so what is it? I don't even have... It's not Earth Crusher. Heavy Swing's 1. So I get a message? Club. Okay. That's good at least. What is it? I think it's what? True Stake, Judgment, Skullbreaker, Black Halo, and Hexa Strike? That's dirty. Nice! Where is it? Let me put my weapon back on instead of wasting time looking for my TH gear. Let me put at least TH1 on it. So, there it is. So, proc blue with Treasure Hunter 1. Hopefully that's enough for the drop. Annoying thing was it. I think physical damage during TP moves heals it. Magic damage during casting heals it. The heck? Oh, I'm amnesiaed somehow. Who did we lose? A joke. Oh, who really cares? I was gonna split my TP, but I can't. Alright, one more weapon skill if I don't heal it too much. Should have it dead. You just like spamming meteor, don't you? Did I get it? Nice! Haha, yes! I play on Azura. It's actually, you're saying can't get over my health pool? Well, it's multiple things, but, technically not 99. I mean, I am 99, but I'm like 119 in terms of gear. But then on top of that, I'm in abyssea with crewer buffs. So, that, like, I have a buff that's increasing my HP. I'm more like, what, 2700? Like, normally. But I think, yeah, it's a little higher than, 2500, but still, it's pretty high. Yes, Azure is the most popular one. It's not exactly a gear score. I mean, it is. I can explain it to you in a second. But, so they added item level, and that's determined by, your item level is determined by the average item level of your main armor pieces plus weapon. So if you have 6 119 pieces, then you're 119. Because they're just counting body, head, hands, legs, and feet. And you can see at the bottom of the screen where it's seeing the gear, see it says item level 119. Same thing for the weapon. Grip doesn't have any, but you can have offhand, and then like some ammo, not like ammo pieces like that, but actually ammunition and range weapons can have 119. So you don't need all pieces 119, but you need 6 to be item level 119. And then the SU2, that's Superior 2. Essentially, they have a new merit system called job points. And so you need the job to be 99 to even get job points. And then when you're on just that said job, you get points just for that job. And you get points and you can put them into certain categories like merits. But then on top of that, you have a total counter. So you can see my total points are 265. 2100 is the max. And as you hit different point thresholds, you get different bonuses. So you don't have to do anything for these. So just from getting points, you get more bonuses.